I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this. I haven't been, other than the fact that it's inundated the side panels of all of the different publications that I use to do research for videos every day. But the Met Gala is going on. What exactly is the Met Gala? Where it's where a bunch of, I don't know, barely relevant celebrities in today's day and age go and dress very stupidly. Like, okay, listen, the way that Maureen Callahan, and I've used her recently for something. I can't quite remember, but yeah, the way that she puts it right here, thongs, fakery, and haute couture filth. The Met Gala is just desperate Z-listers peddling flesh, and Wintour a reign of terror is dead. I have no idea what most of that stuff means, but we got pictures, okay? At least they start with the first one, okay? And listen, this might be a hot take, but Margot Robbie is one of the most overexposed actresses that barely has any talent. Like, okay, I know that she was hot in Wolf of Wall Street. Haven't seen it and haven't got nothing but love for Scorsese films. But bro, that shit was over 10 years ago at this point in time. I'm tired of seeing this old broad. Like, there is nothing that she does that every one of her predecessors hasn't done better. And yo, there's nothing original about her at all. Okay, in another publication, it said that that dress that she was wearing was originally worn by Cindy Crawford. You want to know why the entertainment industry is in the shape that it's in? It's because they keep on recycling old ideas, not adding on them, not refining them, not updating them in an appropriate way for the audience that wants to just enjoy them. It's just recycled crap over and over and over again. Case in point, a mid-blonde and somebody more famous's old dress. Like, nobody cares. And then, okay, who do you have here? Do you guys know who this is? Well, I know who that is, okay? Like, he played Davy Jones. That's a terrible impression, but no, Bill Nye, not the fake science guy, but he played Davy Jones in the two Pirates of the Caribbean film. The second one's all right, and then the third one was the first film where I watched and was like, ooh, movies can be really bad and unsatisfying, huh? Interesting. And I don't know who his wife is. I'm sure they're a lovely couple, but they're at least dressed fine, I guess, and this is what captivates audiences, I guess. But then you got J-Lo's old ass. Like, okay, yeah, you look great for 53, but for Christ's sake, put on some clothes, Nana. What the fuck is this? What the yo, bruh. It's like, okay, Little Nas. Oh, okay, cool. So that's when he's gonna be twerking on Poseidon, like, or I don't know who's the god of snow and ice. I have no fucking clue. And then you got what, like, what is this? We're supposed to take cultural figures seriously when, I don't know, they got a farmer's tan that doesn't look too dissimilar from the one that I got right here. It's been very nice here recently, so yeah, I've had the opportunity to be out in the sun, but she got, like, horned goats with titty tattoos. Like, I don't get it at all. That's Doja Cat? Okay. Looking like an alien feline. Yeah, no, that's one way to describe it. And then Rihanna and, oh, I forget. Yeah, right. A$AP Rocky, fucking his bitch in Gucci flip-flops, or, no, those are, I was going to say steel-toed work boots, but, that joke kind of writes itself. But, okay, so he's one of those blacks. He's the last king of Scotland, I guess. And she looks like a bunch of paper towel thrown away in a basket. Like, what the fuck are we doing over here? We're supposed to take these people seriously. These people are supposed to entertain you. Christ almighty, I already forgot the last group of people that we were looking at, okay? Like, Rihanna, I thought, always put out shit music. A$AP Rocky, no fucking idea. I don't think I've ever heard his tune before. Yeah, outside of Davy Jones there, I don't know these people. And then, yeah, this one, before we move on to the writer's strike, you got Jared Leto, but at least he doesn't have damaged written across his forehead. It's a little bit more dignified that now he's a furry, I guess. Like, yo, why? Okay, and then, yeah, you got some old single mom that's out there, but more on her later. But is this another throwback to something else that she was doing on the internet? Like, okay, the only thing that's missing is Ray J trailing behind her instead of just one of her many repurposed wedding gowns. Like, the media already has, and the entertainment industry already has a shit reputation, okay? And this is what you flout around right now, when at the same time, oh, your beloved Hollywood writers are going on strike for shows that people watch. Like, I don't like who actually watches scripted shows on television right now. Like, if you take a look at all the metrics, the only thing that's really charting is sports. Like, they just got some revised stats for the Super Bowl, and it was one of the most, if not the most viewed event in history. The one that just happened. I don't know that I don't watch sports anymore because it's a gigantic waste of time. But unscripted, authentic programming is what's resonating with people, and it has for a very long time. Like, yo, just peek recently, what happened to what's his nuts there, that fat fuck had that night show, James Corden, whichever one that was. Listen, okay, because all of them have gone on strike. Okay, you got John Oliver, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert. I know that there's a couple of other ones. They've all gone on strike in solidarity with their writers. Okay, cool. I could name you 5 to 10 different YouTubers that get better views on their videos. Fucking Fresh and Fit live stream. Okay, a Steven Crowder morning live stream gets better numbers than all of these hacks that have a fleet of writers. And we're supposed to feel sympathetic for these dumb fucks just because they aren't going to have their propagandist night slots? Like, yo, the way that Bounding into Comics says this written, writer's strike already improving American society as late night propaganda shows shut down. Yeah, they've all shut down, and they're going to begin to, I don't know, put out reruns of their shit. Like, yo, like, who cares, bro? Writers Guild of America announced that they went on strike beginning, this was yesterday morning. Okay, and the strike is already improving American society as all the late night propaganda shows have shut down. So yeah, that one's... Which show does Jimmy Kimmel host? I have no idea, but he's got one of the worst presidents in American history. You could say that for a very long time, but then his VP ended up taking the spot. So that's the way that they announced, because, if they put it out on television, nobody would even notice. But the Writers Guild of America West, the Board of Directors, and the WGA West, and the Council of WGA East. Oh, okay, cool. Acting under the authority granted them by their membership, have voted unanimously to call the strike effective 12:01 a.m. Tuesday, May the 2nd. And apparently, sometime today, they're supposed to be, wandering around, striking in person. I don't know if anybody cares. I don't know if anybody even notices. But yeah, no, they're going to be out there, and at a time where legitimately nobody cares about what they're putting out, and everything that they're doing has been, outside of very few exceptions, has been nothing short of hot, steaming garbage. In a subsequent tweet, they explained the decision was made following 6 weeks of negotiations with Netflix, Amazon, Apple, Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, NBC, Universal, Paramount Plus, and Sony under the umbrella of AMPTP. Fantastic. Though our negotiating committee began this process intent on making a fair deal, what exactly is a fair deal? If you want to use quantitative numbers, you might have been able to get down to a decision, but you're trying to qualify this with qualitative language. A fair deal. What does that mean? What does that mean? And how do you quantify the quality of work that is put out by any of these writers? You can't. You absolutely can't. The studio's response has been wholly insufficient given the existential crisis writers are facing. Like what? Like what? I know that they're big shook about the advancements in AI, but if you're telling me that you can be replaced by a program that has been around in some form or fashion for the better part of 20 years, well, that sucks, okay? If you can't tell the difference between an AI-generated script and one of your valuable, irreplaceable hallmarks of the entertainment industry, are you really all that valid? Are you really all that necessary in your position? I don't think so. Following the announcement of the strike, Deadline reported numerous late-night propaganda shows, such as Late Night, Jimmy Kimmel Live. Okay, so that's the one that Jimmy Kimmel hosts, okay? The Tonight Show, Late Night, and The Daily Show will shut down. Okay, I don't know, okay. As these shows no longer be producing new shows, Deadline notes that they are all expected to pivot to reruns. Yo, that's also indicting as well, because there was a point in time, right? Like, this was even before me, but Johnny Carson, like David Letterman, was on at the time, Jay Leno, all of those guys as well. Like, they would have relevant interviews, and this was in the time before you could do anything in regards to online interviews or online roundtables, but those used to be biting, cutting edge, and an insight into a relatively obscure group of people, but like many things, social media has pierced the veil of the mystique of the Hollywood celebrity, and you realize that, oh shit, these people are just vapid idiots that really don't have much to say. Like, probably the biggest L that got exposed, that one actually might be prior to social media, but just the lack of personality, wit, character, and poignant remarks is Robert De Niro. Like, he's in some of my favorite films, but that guy's a blithering idiot. And then he got broken further, like so many other people out there, by Trump. I just want to punch him in the face. He's a bad man. He's ruining this country. There are countless idiots. Like, who thought that Luke Skywalker was such a flaming piece of shit? But now you can figure it out every single day. Stephen King as well, one of the most accomplished writers ever, spends his every waking moment trying to sell Biden as some sort of rejuvenator of the American spirit. Bruh, come on. The only thing that you're actually interested in is figuring out how you can work in a child orgy scene, you fucking creep. Other programs are expected to be affected by the strike or Saturday Night Live. Does anybody care? Legitimately, does anybody care at this point in time? Real Time with Bill Maher. Okay, people, listen. We need these writers that are out there. Oh, see, Bill Maher says that we need writers that are out there. All the stupid trad cucks. Fuck you. And last week, tonight, with John Oliver, albeit the report notes, final decisions on those shows are expected to come later in the week. Okay, cool. Who actually cares? Like, Real Time, if there's one that's going to be breaking ranks in an attempt to remain somewhat relevant, it's going to be Real Time. The rest of them will just all fall in line. And Saturday Night Live, it'll just it'll come and go, and it'll be an opportunity to get rid of all of those segments that don't really work to begin with, which has kind of been the mantra of SNL for the better part of 3 decades at this point in time. Let's keep it a buck. But what's this all over? Well, it's all over because the streaming boom, or the streaming bubble, the way that they should put it, has burst at this point in time. Oh, look at, we even got some pictures of motherfuckers. Oh, no, that's from 2007. Back when writers used to have some pull. Back when YouTube, oh, it was what? Charlie Bit My Finger, that motherfucker at the zoo with an elephant. Evolution of dance. Like, YouTube wasn't YouTube. Like, what, you could get 144p videos on MySpace. Okay, I was still in high school, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, what ended up booming during that time? Alternative methods of entertainment. A lot of reality shows came around, and I don't know if it kickstarted the independent content creator revolution, but we're here now at this point in time. But what can writers in general do now when it comes to striking? Well, okay, you're mad because of the streaming bubble has burst. Okay, wonderful, fantastic. So because there's a plethora of different platforms and people have more choice about where they want to go now, more so than ever, that's also created a landscape where all of the content that people want to watch is on that station, it's on that network. Oh, I have to go through my cable provider in order to get that subscription service. It's become the platform, or rather, it's adopted the business model that it was supposed to be an alternative to. Like, everybody ditched cable because they had this entire list of hundreds and hundreds of channels that they didn't want, and that they had to buy packages. Okay, oh, I got to get the sports package because, okay, I want access to ESPN, but then it's stapled on with what, Outdoor Life Network and 16 other tangentially related channels, and oh, I got to pay $20 a month for that. So now you have at this point in time, okay, cool, I want a Disney Plus subscription, Paramount Plus to watch all of those, mid-level hick shows. You got Netflix continuing to do real fuck shit and then just continue to raise their prices over and over again. By the point in time you just start to tally up all of your different subscription services, it doesn't look too dissimilar from the bill that you used to have back when you had cable television. So yeah, that's why that bubble is burst. So now, because what's good that might actually come out of this is there's going to be a consolidation. There might end up being 3 or 4 different streaming services, and people who want to have that escapist entertainment, which I advocate against, but obviously, this is just my opinion on things. I can't tell you what to do. So yeah, if you want to have, a couple of different subscriptions just because you want to watch old content and a couple of new things that are coming out, like, yeah, I'm looking forward to House of the Dragon Season 2, but I wouldn't get an HBO or Max subscription at this point in time because I don't care all all that much. I'll wait for the 4Ks to come out, and that's fantastic. But with all of those platforms, theoretically, don't know this for sure, but if they're going to start toning down what they're doing, there's going to be fewer writing positions, and you can take a look. Oh, the push for 15 for minimum wage that's out there. We need a living wage. Take a look at what McDonald's is doing right now. Fully automated stores. That's going to be the future right there. Your jobs are going to get outsourced because those unions that you wanted to belong to, they got way too fucking bloated and you guys couldn't see the writing on the walls. Well, now you're going to have a lot of time to put writing on the walls because nobody's going to be accepting your dog shit scripts. Have fun picketing out in the cold, or it's probably nice. It's May in Los Angeles, so I don't know. Maybe they just want an opportunity to walk around outside. Just mind the human feces, and if it goes on long enough, hey, that might even be yours because you ain't going to be able to afford a place to rest your ass on a porcelain toilet. See if you can get a job cleaning them out. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.